Hi there, this is Homeschooling with a Smile. Today's video is going to be a preview of what's inside the teacher's manual and the student workbook, along with some readers that are the Logic of English Foundations B program. For those of you who are interested, stay tuned. So I'm going to go over the readers real quick. There's 8 readers that you're going to need to purchase or that will come with the program for you to complete the B level. 4 of these readers have animated characters, and 4 of them are the subject of real people. So for Fred the Frog, for example, there's about 6 pages in here, a sentence per page. It starts off really easy, and it's about Fred the Frog. And then you have Max, also an animated character. Toys Play. Can Pete Pick a Pet? This is about Pete, but there's only 1 page with Pete. Shows you who Pete is. And then his animated pet selections. Quite a Farm. Kids Just Want to Have Fun. Time to Bake. These readers are really easy for this level. Like I said, only 6 pages. And it looks like only 1 to 2 sentences per reader. But for this level, that's something you would expect. So those are all the readers that you're going to be using with this program. So if the program that you get doesn't come with readers, like for example, if you get B off their website, it doesn't come with readers, that could be something you have to get in addition. The reason I got these readers is because I bought the levels in a pack, like A, B together and C and D together, and I got the whole entire set. But I'm sure they're packaged somehow for B or C or D. I just don't know how exactly, so I couldn't tell you. But if you go on the website, it would explain that more in detail. So first we'll go into the teacher's manual. It's a really nice book. It's hardcover bound. It's really good quality. The first couple of pages are testimonials of people who have used the program and enjoy it. Then it goes right into the scope and sequence. There's 70 lessons, with every 5th lesson being a review. So for every lesson, you're going to learn phonemic awareness, phonogram, spelling rule, handwriting, and spelling. This is for every lesson. And it goes on and on. So these are the supplies you're going to need to complete the B program. The teacher's manual, the student workbook, the B readers, and the basic phonogram flashcards, the rhythm of handwriting, tactile cards, the quick reference, the spelling and rule quick reference, the spelling analysis card, the phonogram game cards, the phonogram game tiles, and a whiteboard. All this stuff I showed in my other video that came with the entire package of programs. And these are optional things that you can also buy. Now you can get the program in either manuscript or handwriting. And this just talks about how every 5th lesson is followed by a review and assessment. Some speech tips, spelling analysis, terms to know, phonogram, it tells you what it is, CVC word, consonant, vowel, consonant, and then pronunciation. So anytime you see a letter with these 2 slashes in the middle, you are to say the sound of the word, not the letter name. High frequency words, and here's a list of all the high frequency words. The phonograms. And then the materials you're going to need per lesson. So it's all in one spot, so it makes it a little easier. So for lesson 41, you're going to need the whiteboard and the basic phonogram flashcard, shh. And then you're either using the tactile card that's cursive or manuscript. And there's some optional things that you can get. I looked into these. I just didn't think I wanted to spend the extra money. I might at some point, but I'm just not going to do it right now. There's the rhythm of handwriting wall chart. There's desk strips for them to put their names, different things like that. Goes on and on through all the lessons. And this is the Common Core Standards checklist. This program meets and exceeds Common Core standards. At least from my state, it completely exceeds them. So for my state, I know we have to follow for homeschool Common Core for math and language arts and literacy. But nothing else has to meet a Common Core standard. But that could be different in your state. Okay, before you begin, this just tells you some objectives you're going to meet in this first lesson, the materials you're going to need, and this is for students new to foundations. This just goes over everything you're going to be learning in Foundations B for this first lesson. So for every lesson, it tells you for students new to foundations. It just goes over some things, helps them get warmed up to the lesson. Short vowels, long vowels, teacher's tip, and then it goes right into lesson 41. It tells you what the objectives are going to be, the multi-letter phonogram you're going to use, the handwriting letter or letters you're going to be working on, the spelling words with the SH, and then 2 additional, and then the materials you will need. And then you are going to start right into the lesson. So this is a very teacher-intensive program, at least that's how I feel. There's a lot of like sitting down, writing things, and asking the child to do fun games and doing fun games with them, using the whiteboard and things. So if you don't want this kind of program where it's really teacher-led, this might not be the best program, but I don't mind it, and it seems to be working well with A so far, and I think it's fun. But you should know that. So then you go on here, there's the handwriting tips. So before I go, so right here, you're going to go to 41.1 phonogram desk chart. So you're reading all this that it says, and it's scripted, so it's going to flow very nicely, not like how I'm explaining it, much better than that. So you're going to go to a 41.1 phonogram desk chart. This is in the student workbook. You just get the student workbook, and that is going to be the first thing you open up to. And this is the phonogram desk chart that they're talking about. So it asks you to ask the student what they see on the chart, and they might say, I see all the phonograms we have learned and some other letters next to them. So it basically lets them know that each single letter phonogram has 2 ways to write it. The ones we have learned already are called the lowercase, and then it tells them about the uppercase. Then it asks that you have them point to the lowercase and the uppercase, and ask them why they think the uppercase is called upper and why the lowercase is called lower case. And they might say that the lowercase is smaller and the uppercase is bigger. And then you're just going to talk about how the uppercase are top story letters and the lowercase are lower story letters. And that just explains how you should word it to the child or the students. And then they're going to go, after talking about this and using the teacher tip, you could also do the multisensory fun. You're going to go right into the next page, which is writing the uppercase and lowercase s in the student workbook. And that is the page there. It actually flows really well, not like I'm explaining it too, because it's all choppy and all over the place. When you're actually sitting down and working on this with your child, it really flows really easily. And I've already done this, not level B yet, but level A, just to test my girls to see where they would fall in it. And we started right at the first lesson, but they're testing into the middle of the book, which is fine, but we're still going to do all of A. And they really like this layout because it's very interactive and they get to do a lot of fun activities. They get to do games and things, like for example, they get to do like the phonogram bingo, which is coming up here. So when you work on the phonogram, you're going to do the tic-tac-toe phonogram game, where it's basically someone picks an X to be, someone picks an O, and then you say the letters SH, and the person has to say the sound, or vice versa, and then the first person to identify it will put their X or their circle on the sound or the sounds. And then you can also change it up. You can use stickers. I've seen some people use the do-a-dot markers to put it on. So it's you can change it up and make it fun. Okay, then you're going on to the spelling list, and this is the stuff you have to use for spelling. The spelling analysis chart that I showed in my other video. And these are the words: fish, ship, flash, spot, and drum. So the first three words have the SH sound phonogram that you're using, sh, and then there's two all first sounds. And then it shows how to break apart the word. We're using a spelling notebook alongside this, so we're just going to use that to put all the spelling words in, and then whatever sound we're learning, whatever phonogram, they're going to underline it like they do here, but it's all going to be in a notebook. And then there's reading practice. So 41.4, match the words to the pictures. So then you go right into reading, and that completes the lesson. Once you're done with this last page in the student workbook, you're done with the lesson. So they're just going to say fun, hat, and then match. Big, logs, and then match. Red, brush, and then match. Hands, clap, match. And then fish, swim, match. So they can draw a line to the matching. And that's it, you guys. That's one whole lesson. Like I said, it seems a little choppy because of the way I'm doing it, but when you're sitting down with your kid or kids to do the lesson, it really flows really easy and nicely. And I like that there's a combination of things that they're learning all in one lesson, as opposed to just learning the reading or just learning the writing, or just learning phonemic awareness. I like that it's all inclusive and it's in sections, and it builds upon that in every lesson. So I really like that. And it just goes on and on through. And I'll do a flip through of the workbook, but it gets a little harder as you work your way through. But this is how it's laid out pretty much in every single one of the lessons. I'll do a flip through of this too. So there's more reading as they go on, there's more writing. And I just think it's a really neat program, and I'm excited to just get going on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to do A through the summer, even though I know they tested halfway through it. I just want us to do it since we have it. I already purchased it. I want us to complete it. We're going to complete A through the summer, and then they'll start on B. They already know quite a few things from B, but because they're in public school, they're finishing out their kindergarten year. I know that they might still be learning some of this stuff before the end of the year. I know at least some of the sounds and then compound words, but it's okay. They'll just get some extra reinforcement, and then we'll pick up B and we'll just do some review, and they'll be learning some new things too. So anyway, I hope this was helpful to any of you who were wondering what the foundations level B or any other level looks like inside. I have all the levels, so again, if you're interested in a specific level, let me know, and I'm happy to do a review about it, a preview, I should say. Thanks for watching. See you next time.